got on YouTube, just going through the car, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of months while I'm working on the Taurus. There's a few things I want to do to the car, and since I got into it, I got a lot of ideas. So let's go through them, starting with the outside. 17-year-old paint, and there's some areas where some of the paint is lifted off, and there's little pits, and they're starting to rust. So basically, I was just sandpaper that down a little bit, throw a little primer on them, and cover up some of those little areas to keep the rust from getting worse. But it's just surface rust, so no big deal. The reason why I picked 2003 was because the Marauder is based on the 2003 and the 2004 Grand Marquis. So this is the one I wanted. It's the best looking one, I think, in my opinion. And I'm going to put Marauder headlights. This here is a little hazy. They can be restored, but I want the Marauder look, so I'm going to go with the Marauder here. These are fine, so I'm going to keep these, but I'm probably going to throw a little smoke on those and keep the stock Marauder headlights in the front. Another issue I have is the bumper. While this bumper is fine, it doesn't have any driving lights. I like to have driving lights in my bumper, and this year doesn't have driving lights in the bumpers, but the Marauder does. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and spend the money and get a Marauder bumper for the front here. I'm not making a copy of a Marauder, I just want the driving lights. So I'm going to bite the bullet, spend the extra money, and get the Marauder bumper. Now looking at this hood, it's super plain, and I was thinking about getting like a custom-made cowl induction, but I thought of something even better. I'm thinking about getting a 2014 heat extractor vent from a Mustang Shelby and have it run across here. All thing I gotta do is just place the extractor where I need to place it, mark everything where everything is straight, cut the hole, and mount the heat extractor. It'll be probably right along the front right here, and the heat comes out. But it sure looks pretty good on here, and it's not going to be too drastic. It'll probably look more factory than anything else. But I actually like the look of the heat extractor on the 2014 Shelby GT500, so that's more likely what I'm going to get. You know I'm going to lower the car, but I didn't know how low I was going to do it until I put the new wheels and tires on. Now that I know, I'm going to drop it 2 inches front and back, so I have a nice little sitting where it's supposed to be at. How nice the Mach 1 front lip looked on the Taurus. Well, it'll look just as good on the Grand Marquis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 2003 Mach 1 lip on the rear bumper after I get the Marauder bumper put on. They're really cheap as a quick upgrade to the looks of the car, and it looks factory. So I'm going to get tint. Hopefully that'll probably be one of the first things I'm going to get is tint, because it's starting to get hot, and these cars look great with tint, so definitely tint. As you can see, here's where the branch fell on the car. It just damaged the trunk lid. There's a dent right here. There's a little dent right here. Dent right here. And you can see where the corner hit right here, and it kind of poked out a little bit right here. So I got to replace the trunk lid. There's no other damage to the rear bumper or any other part of the car, just the trunk lid. So I'm about to go to the junkyard, get a replacement, replace the lock solenoid with it, and put it on there. No big deal there. Okay, here's the exhaust. You see right here where they cut the catalytic converters off and put a piece of straight pipe. It runs down here to a H pipe for a Marauder, and then moves all the way down here. And you can see the two flow pack mufflers from Jones Exhaust. And then I have the muffler shop fabricate two tailpipes coming out the back with 3.5 inch, 18 inch long tips. They sound great, they're loud, It's raspy, it pops and everything, and I like it that way. But right now, I'm not going to keep it like this. I'm going to spray some undercoating on it, some high temp header paint, so it'll resist rust. But there it is. There's no cats on this thing, so this thing is loud. And here's the V8 again. Like I said before, I put high performance coil packs and plugs. I put larger fuel injectors that can handle up to 350 horsepower. Put a cold air intake on there. What I'm going to do now with this is I'm going to put a stage 1 cam in there, not a stage 2 or 3, just a stage 1. Because 350 is all I want to get horsepower wise, because this is going to be my daily driver. I don't want it to be too unstreetable to drive. You can see here I got some stock pulleys. I'm going to put underdrive pulleys in there to get a little bit more horsepower out of it. And I'm going to get a high amp alternator to put on there too. And engine wise, that's basically it for that. Also, when I put the stage 1 cam in, I'm going to change the rear end gearing. I'm going to put a posi track in it. And I'm taking the 273s out and put in 355s like the Marauder. I'm also going to put a custom drive shaft in there, so I'll be able to drive this car over 120, because that's the main reason why the Marauder was governed at 117, is because of the vibration of the drive shaft. So I'm going to nip that in the butt, because I want my car to go at least 140. So let's go inside the car and point out some things I'm going to be working on. In the car, you see here, this thing still works great. Definitely recommend that. With this, the main thing is it doesn't have a tach. So what I want to do is I want to get a Marauder gauge cluster that has the 140 mile per hour speedometer and tach and all that. And I want to swap it in there. Should be no big deal. It should be a little expensive though if I can find one online. And if I got to spend money and buy a newer model or remanufactured, so be it. But that's basically what I'm going to be doing to this car. At the same time, I'm going to be working on the Taurus. Like I said, the next thing I'm going to be doing with the Taurus is put it in the shop, new transmission in it, a new torque converter in it. Then I'm going to be pulling the heads, putting in better heads, better head studs, and then we'll work on putting the supercharger on it. All this while working on this. So this is just a little heads up on everything that I'm planning on doing, so it won't hit you as a surprise. It's not going to be, like the mods are going to be basically mild. I don't want to go crazy with it or make it look like a ricer, but it should look and run great. And I can't wait to start on it. As soon as this COVID stuff ends, things will be a lot better for everybody, so I can get back to working on my stuff. Until the next video, I'll see you.